Hello, my dear friend. I am so glad you are here today. Please sit down for a moment, take a deep breath, relax your shoulders. I want to tell you a very important story. It is a story about a person who is just like you. This person had big dreams. They wanted to be happy. They wanted to be successful. They truly wanted to change the world, but they had a very dangerous friend. Do you know the name of that friend? That friend's name was Someday. Someday is such a quiet word. It sounds nice, doesn't it? We say it all the time. Someday I will start my own business. Someday I will learn to speak a new language. Someday I will travel to all those beautiful places. Someday I will finally tell my family how much I really love them. We all say these things. It makes us feel safe. It makes us feel like we have all the time in the world. But here is the big truth. Someday is a ghost. It is a place that does not exist on any map. If you keep walking towards someday, you will never actually arrive. You will just keep walking and walking until you are too tired to move. Now I want you to imagine something. Close your eyes and imagine an old man. He is 80 years old. He is sitting in a quiet room in a wooden chair by a window. The sun is slowly going down. He looks at his hands. They are wrinkled and weak. He looks back at his long life. He has many memories, but he also has something very heavy in his heart. He has many what-ifs. He thinks to himself, what if I had started that project 10 years ago? What if I had said yes when I was afraid? What if I had worked harder on my dreams instead of just watching TV? He feels a heavy weight. This weight is called regret. Regret is much heavier than failure. Failure is just a lesson. If you try something and fail, you learn, you get stronger. But regret is a ghost that follows you around. It whispers in your ear about the things you did not do. It reminds you of the time you wasted. Why am I telling you this sad story? Because I have a surprise for you. You are not 80 years old yet. You are here right now. You are alive. Your heart is beating. Can you feel it? Thump, thump, thump. That is the sound of your time passing by. Every second that goes by is a second you will never get back. Think about that for a moment. Once a minute is gone, it is gone forever. You cannot buy more time with money. You cannot borrow it from a friend. Time is the most valuable thing you own. It is more valuable than gold. It is more valuable than a big house or a fast car. Most people live their lives like they are going to live forever. They waste hours watching things that do not matter. They spend days worrying about what other people think. They stay in jobs they do not like because they are afraid to change. They wait for the perfect moment. But let me tell you a secret. The perfect moment does not exist. It is a lie. There will always be a reason to wait. There will always be a problem to solve. If you wait for the perfect time, you will be waiting until the end of your life. Suddenly, the old man in the chair does something strange. He picks up a pen. He picks up a piece of paper. He begins to write a letter. He is writing a letter to someone very special. He is writing a letter to you. Yes, he is writing to the person you are today. He wants to save you from the ghost of someday. He wants to give you the keys to a life with no regrets. This letter is not filled with magic. It is filled with the truth. Do you want to know what the very first page of this letter says? Do you want to know the first big secret he wrote down to help you change your life today? It is a secret about how to stop being afraid and how to finally start. The old man takes a deep breath. His hand shakes a little bit as he holds the pen, looking down at the blank white paper. Then he writes one word in very large letters. That word is fear. He looks at the word and sighs. He remembers all the times fear stopped him. He remembers the nights he stayed awake, worrying about everything that might go wrong. He wants you to understand something very important. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is just a feeling. It is like the wind. You can feel it, but you do not have to let it blow you over. Why are we so afraid to start something new? It is because our brains want to keep us safe. Our brains like things to stay exactly the same. When you think about a big dream, your brain sees a giant wall. This wall is built out of scary questions. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I am not smart enough? These questions are like heavy stones. They build a wall so high that you cannot see the sun on the other side. So what do most people do? They stay on the safe side of the wall. They stay where it is comfortable. But remember this, nothing ever grows in the comfort zone. The old man writes a secret on the paper. He says, "My dear friend, you do not need to jump over the giant wall. You just need to remove one single stone." Think about that for a moment. Most people think they need to be brave all the time. They think they need to act like a superhero in a movie. But that is not true. You only need to be brave for 10 seconds, just 10 seconds. That is enough time to pick up the phone. That is enough time to say hello to a new person. That is enough time to write the very first sentence of your book. Imagine you are standing in a very dark room. You cannot see the door and you cannot see the furniture. You are afraid to move because you might trip and fall. What do? Do you wait for the sun to come up? No, you reach out your hand and you feel for the light switch. Once you find that switch, click, the light comes on. The room is not scary anymore. Taking the first step is just like flipping that light switch. The moment you start, the fear starts to get smaller. It does not go away completely, but it becomes a tiny shadow instead of a giant monster. Think about a small child learning to walk. Does the child think about the science of balance? Does the child worry about looking silly when they fall down? No, they just try, they wobble, they fall, they laugh, and then they get back up. They do not see a giant wall, they only see the next step. Somewhere along the way, we grew up and we forgot how to be like that child. We started to care too much about the what-ifs. We started to build that wall of stones, piece by piece, with our own worries. The old man writes a very special sentence now, and he underlines it 3 times so you will never forget it. He says, "Action is the cure for fear." If you are feeling stuck, it is because you are thinking too much and doing too little. When you move, your fear cannot catch you. But there is a second part to this secret. There is a specific way to move so that you never feel overwhelmed again. It is a trick that successful people use every single day. Do you want to see the next page of the letter? Do you want to know the rule of 2 that makes even the biggest dreams feel easy? The old man turns the page of his letter. A small smile plays on his face now, as he remembers a time when he felt completely stuck. He remembers looking at a huge mountain of work and feeling like he just wanted to hide under his blankets. He knows exactly how you feel. You have a big goal, don't you? Maybe you want to get fit, write a book, or learn a difficult new skill. But when you look at the whole goal all at once, it feels overwhelming. It feels like trying to eat a giant cake in one single bite. You just can't do it. It makes you feel sick just thinking about it. So the old man writes down a simple rule, one that changed his life, and he knows it will change yours too. He calls it the 2-minute rule. It's very simple. He writes, if a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it right now. And if a task is very big, just do the first 2 minutes of it. This sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? How can 2 minutes really change anything? Well, listen closely, because this is where the magic happens. Most people fail because they think they need to do everything at once. They think, I need to go to the gym for 2 hours. Their brain hears 2 hours and immediately says, no thank you, that sounds too hard. Let's just stay on the sofa and watch videos instead. But what if you tell your brain, I am just going to put on my running shoes and walk for 2 minutes? Your brain thinks, okay, 2 minutes is easy. I can do that. Once you put on those shoes and walk out the door, something shifts inside you. You have started. And as we know, starting is the hardest part of any journey. The old man writes, the first 2 minutes are the seed. You cannot have a giant tree without first planting a tiny seed in the dirt. Think about your room for a moment. Is it messy? Don't think about cleaning the whole house. Just pick up 2 pieces of clothing. Just 2. That takes less than 2 minutes. Once you start, you'll usually find that you actually want to keep going. The old man remembers all the books he never wrote. He used to tell himself, I don't have time to write a whole chapter today, so he wrote nothing at all. For years, he wrote 0 words, but then he learned the secret. He started writing just 2 sentences every single morning. Some days he only wrote those 2 sentences, but other days those 2 sentences turned into 2 pages. By the end of the year, he had a pile of stories. He realized that a little bit of something is always better than a whole lot of nothing. You see, success isn't about making one giant jump. It's about taking 1,000 tiny steps. The 2-minute rule stops you from overthinking and stops you from being a perfectionist. Perfectionism is like a cage. It keeps you locked up because you're afraid of making a mistake. But when you only have to do something for 2 minutes, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. The old man stops writing for a second. He looks out the window at the stars, thinking about how much energy he wasted being busy, but not actually being productive. He wants to warn you about something. He calls it the energy thief. This thief is incredibly clever. He doesn't steal your money, he steals your focus. He makes you feel like you are working hard, but you're actually just spinning your wheels. Do you want to know who this thief is? Do you want to know how to catch him before he ruins your day? The next page of the letter reveals the one thing that separates the winners from the dreamers. It's a very surprising truth about your daily habits. The old man leans closer to the paper. His eyes are very serious now. He writes, "My dear friend, watch out. There is a thief in your house. He does not wear a mask and he does not hide in the shadows. In fact, you invite him in every single morning." The old man is talking about something we all have, that little screen in your pocket. It is the television on the wall and the endless noise of the world. He calls this the energy thief. Think about your day. When you first wake up, your mind is like a clear, calm lake. It is quiet and beautiful. You have a full tank of energy, but what is the first thing you do? You reach for your phone, you check the news, you look at what other people are doing, and you scroll through photos of people you don't even know. Every time you do this, you are giving away a little piece of your energy. By the time you finally get out of bed, your lake is no longer calm. It is full of waves and noise. You are already tired before your day has even truly started. The old man writes, being busy is not the same as being productive. This is a very big secret. Many people spend their whole day running around. They send emails, they move papers, and they talk on the phone. They feel exhausted at the end of the day, but if they look back, they didn't actually do anything important. They were just busy. They were chasing butterflies instead of building a house. The energy thief loves it when you are busy. As long as you are occupied with small things, you will never have the strength to do the big things. I want you to imagine you are a gardener. You have a beautiful garden with one special rose bush. This rose bush is your dream. To make it grow, you must give it water every day. But the energy thief comes and whispers, "Look over there. There is a tiny weed in the corner. Go pull it." So you go. Then he says, "Look at the fence. It needs a little bit of paint." So you go again. You spend all your time on the weeds and the fence. By the end of the day, you are too tired to water your rose, and it begins to dry up. This is exactly what happens to our dreams when we let distractions win. How do we stop the thief? The old man writes a very simple solution. Protect your first hour. The first hour of your day is the most important hour of your life. It is the golden hour. If you use that hour to work on your dream, you win the day. Do not check your phone. Do not look at the news. Just do your work, even if it is only for 30 minutes. If you give your best energy to your dream first, the rest of the day doesn't matter as much. You have already won. The old man looks at his wrinkled hands again. He remembers years of his life that he gave away to the energy thief. He spent hours worrying about what people said on the radio and days arguing about things he could not change. He wants to save you from that. He wants you to keep your energy for yourself and be the boss of your own focus. But then the old man stops. He remembers something else. It is not just the phone that steals energy. Sometimes it is the people around us. He starts to write about a very difficult topic, the vampires and the fountains in your life. Do you know who you are spending your time with? Do you know who is helping you grow and who is pulling you down? The next page of the letter will show you how to choose your friends wisely. The old man turns to a new page. His eyes look a bit sad as he gazes at the blank paper. He writes, "My dear friend, be very careful about who you let into your heart. Your life is like a beautiful garden. For a garden to grow, it needs sunlight and water, but it also needs a fence. You must choose who is allowed to walk in your garden." He explains a very important idea. He says that there are two kinds of people in this world. He calls them fountains and vampires. Think about your friends for a moment. Think about the people you talk to every day. When you spend time with certain people, how do you feel afterward? Do you feel happy? Do you feel like you can do anything? Do you feel full of new ideas? These people are fountains. They pour life and energy into you. They are the ones who say, "Wow, that is a great idea. How can I help you?" Or "Don't give up, you're doing great." Fountains are rare. They are like gold. If you find a fountain, stay close to them. They will help you grow into a giant tree. But then there are the vampires. These are not the monsters you see in scary movies. These are real people. They might even be nice people, but they have a leak in their spirit. Every time you talk to them, they complain. They talk about why the world is bad. They talk about why your dreams will fail. They say things like, "Why would you try that? It's too hard," or "You should just be happy with what you have." When you leave their house, you feel tired. You feel heavy, as if your light has been dimmed. They have sucked the energy right out of you without you even knowing it. The old man writes a very serious truth on the paper. He says, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Read that again. If you hang out with 5 people who are lazy, you will soon be the 6th lazy person. If you hang out with 5 people who are always angry, you will start to feel angry too. But if you hang out with 5 people who are kind, hardworking, and positive, you will naturally become like them. You do not even have to try. Their energy just rubs off on you. It is like standing near a fire. You cannot help but get warm. The old man remembers a friend he had when he was 20 years old. This friend always made fun of his goals. He told the old man to stop dreaming and just be normal. Because the old man wanted to be liked, he listened. He stopped dreaming. He stayed in a small, boring job for 20 years because he didn't want his friend to laugh at him. Looking back, he realizes that friend was a vampire. He let a vampire steal 20 years of his life. He does not want that to happen to you. He wants to save you from this trap. He tells you, it is okay to walk away. You do not have to be mean. You do not have to fight or shout. You just have to quietly move away. Find people who make you want to be a better person. Find people who are already where you want to be in life. Even if you cannot find them in your neighborhood, you can find them in books. You can find them in videos like this one. If you surround yourself with fountain ideas, your life will begin to overflow with success. The old man stops writing for a second. He hears a noise outside. He looks at the clock on the wall. It is getting late. He knows he does not have much time left to finish this letter. He wants to tell you about the most important person of all. This person is not a friend or a family member. This person is someone you see every single morning. This person can be your greatest hero or your worst enemy. Do you know who it is? Do you want to know the secret of the internal voice that is currently deciding your entire future? The next page of the letter is the most emotional one yet. It is about the person in the mirror. The old man stands up from his wooden chair. He walks slowly to the bathroom and turns on the light. He looks into the mirror. He sees his white hair, the lines on his face, and his tired eyes. He takes a deep breath and then walks back to the table. He writes on the paper, "My dear friend, I want to talk about the most important person in your life. It is the person you see in the mirror every single morning. This person is your constant companion. You are with this person every second of every day. But let me ask you a very honest question. Are you being a good friend to yourself?" Most of us are very kind to other people. If your best friend makes a mistake, what do? You give them a hug. You say, "It is okay. Do not worry. You will do better next time." You are patient and you are loving. But if you make a mistake, what do? Your internal voice starts to scream. "You are so stupid. You always fail. Why did you even try? You knew you couldn't do it." We are often our own worst bullies. The old man writes that this voice is a big liar. It is a voice made of old fears and things that mean people said to us when we were little children. Imagine if you had a friend who followed you around all day long. Imagine if this friend told you that you were ugly, lazy, and not good enough for your dreams. Would you keep that friend around? No, you would tell them to leave your house and never come back. So why do you let that voice stay inside your own head? The old man says that your brain is like a radio. You can choose which station to listen to. You can listen to the bully station, which only plays songs about your failures and your flaws, or you can reach out and change the channel to the coach station. A coach does not lie to you. A coach knows when you did a bad job, but a coach says, "Okay, that did not work. How can we fix it? Let's try again. You are stronger than this problem." A coach believes in you even when you are tired. The old man wants you to start talking to yourself like you are your own best friend. When you wake up, look in the mirror and say, "I am glad you are here today. We are going to do our best. I am proud of you for trying." This might feel very silly at first. You might want to laugh or turn away, but your brain is always listening. Every word you say to yourself is like a seed you plant in your heart. If you plant seeds of hate and shame, you will grow a garden of sadness. But if you plant seeds of kindness and patience, you will grow a life of peace. The old man writes, "The way you talk to yourself is the way you talk to your future." If you tell yourself you cannot do it, you are right. You have already lost. But if you tell yourself you are learning, you are growing. and you are worthy of good things, then the whole world opens up for you. The old man puts the pen down for a moment. He feels a tear in his eye. He remembers all the years he spent being mean to himself. He thinks about how much more he could have done if he had only been his own cheerleader instead of his own judge. He wants you to forgive yourself for the past. The past is gone. You cannot change yesterday, but you can change how you talk to yourself right now. He picks up the pen again. He is ready to write about the biggest secret of all. It is the one thing that turns a regular person into a legend. It is not talent. It is not money. It is something much more powerful that anyone can do. Do you want to know what it is? Do you want to know the secret of the unstoppable engine? The old man sits back down at his small wooden table. The moon is now high in the sky, and it is very, very quiet outside. He picks up his pen once more. He knows he is getting to the most important part of his letter. He writes, "My dear friend, I want to tell you about a very big mistake I made for many years. I was waiting for something called motivation. I thought that I needed to feel excited before I could do my work. I thought I needed to feel a spark in my heart before I could start my engine. But let me tell you a secret. Motivation is like a tiny match. It burns very bright and it feels very warm, but it goes out very quickly. You cannot build a whole life using only tiny matches." He draws a picture of a large, strong train engine on the side of the paper. He writes, "This is what you really need. You do not need motivation, you need consistency. Consistency is the unstoppable engine. It does not care how you feel. It does not care if it is raining outside. It does not care if you are tired or if you had a bad day. The engine just keeps moving 1 inch at a time every single day." Think about your favorite athlete or a famous musician. Do you think they only practice when they feel motivated? No, they practice when they are tired. They practice when they are sad. They practice when they would much rather be sleeping. They have turned their work into a habit. The old man writes, "A habit is like a path in the woods. The first time you walk through the tall grass, it is very hard. You have to push the weeds away. You might even get scratched. But the second time you walk there, it is a little bit easier. The third time, the grass is flat. After 100 times, you have a beautiful, clear path. You don't even have to think about where you are going. Your feet just know the way." This is why successful people look so talented. It is not magic. It is just that they have walked the path so many times that it has become easy for them. Think about something you do every day without thinking. Think about brushing your teeth. Do you wait for a spark of motivation to brush your teeth? Do you watch a motivational video to get excited about toothpaste? No, of course not. You just do it because it is who you are. It is part of your morning. The old man writes, "When your dreams become as natural as brushing your teeth, you will become unstoppable. You won't need to fight with your brain anymore. You will just get up and move." He remembers a project he wanted to finish 40 years ago. He only worked on it when he felt good. If he had a bad day at work, he would say, "I'm too tired to work on my dream today." If he had a fight with a friend, he would say, "I'm too sad to be creative today." Because of this, he only worked on his dream maybe 5 times a year. Of course, he never finished it. He realizes now that he was waiting for a feeling that was never going to stay. He says to you, "Do not trust your feelings. Feelings are like the weather, they change every hour. Trust your habits instead. Habits are like the ground beneath your feet, they stay the same." The old man stops and looks at the candle on his table. It is starting to get short. He knows he has to tell you about one more thing. It is the thing that makes the unstoppable engine know where to go. Because if you have a strong engine, but you don't have a map, you will just go fast in the wrong direction. You might end up in a place you never wanted to be. He starts to write about the compass of purpose. He wants to show you how to find your why. Do you know why you are doing what you are doing? Do you know what makes your heart truly sing? The next page of the letter will help you find your true north, so you never feel lost again. The old man pauses. He looks at the flickering candle and thinks about all the people he knew who worked very, very hard. Some of them became rich, some of them became famous, but many of them were still not happy. They were like fast cars driving in the wrong direction. He writes on the paper, "My dear friend, having a strong engine is good, but you must also have a compass. A compass tells you where north is. In your life, your compass is your why. Why do you get out of bed in the morning? Why do you want to be successful? If your why is only to make money or to show off to people who do not even like you, your engine will eventually run out of fuel." He explains that a why is the deep reason behind everything you do. It is your purpose. He writes, when your why is big enough, you can survive any how. If your purpose is to take care of your family, you will find the strength to work 3 jobs. If your purpose is to help people who are suffering, you will find the courage to speak even when your voice shakes. Your why is the fuel that keeps your heart warm when the world feels cold and lonely. He asks you to think about what truly matters to you. Is it kindness? Is it freedom? Is it creating something beautiful that will live longer than you are? The old man remembers a time when he was very young and he wanted a big, shiny car. He worked day and night. He was stressed. He was angry. He finally got the car, and for 2 days he was happy. But on the 3rd day, the car was just a car. It did not make him feel better inside. He realized his why was too small. He was trying to fill a hole in his heart with a piece of metal. He writes to you, do not chase things that have a price tag. Chase things that have a value. Things with a price tag are easily lost. Things with value, like love, peace, and growth, stay with you forever. I want you to try a small exercise. Imagine you are at a big party, but this is not a normal party. This is a party for your 100th birthday. All your friends and family are there. One by one, they stand up to talk about you. What do you want them to say? Do you want them to say, he had a very expensive watch? Or do you want them to say, he was the kindest person I ever knew? He always made people feel special. He never gave up on his dreams, and he inspired us all to be better. The answer to that question is your compass of purpose. That is your true north. The old man writes, once you find your north, every decision becomes easy. When a distraction comes your way, ask yourself, does this take me toward my north or away from it? If it takes you away, say no. It is okay to say no to good things so you can say yes to great things. He warns you that many people will try to give you their compass. They will tell you what you should want. They will tell you what is normal. But you are not here to be normal. You are here to be you. You are a unique person with a unique song to sing. The old man's hand is getting tired now. He can feel the night ending. He knows he has only a little bit more to say. He wants to talk about the most beautiful part of the journey. He wants to talk about what happens when you finally stop looking at the map and start enjoying the view. He calls it the magic of the present moment. But there is a final obstacle he must warn you about. It is the trickiest trap of all. It is called the destination lie. Do you think you will be happy only when you reach the top of the mountain? The next page of the letter will change the way you look at your daily life forever. The old man stretches his back. He looks out the window and sees the very first light of morning starting to touch the trees. He realizes he has been writing all night long. He smiles because he knows this part of the letter is the one that brings peace to the heart. He writes, my dear friend, I have one more warning for you. It is a very sneaky trap. I call it the destination lie. This is the belief that happiness is a place you will arrive at later. We tell ourselves, I will be happy when I get that job, or I will be happy when I find a partner, or I will be happy when I lose weight. We treat our life like a waiting room. He draws a small circle on the paper and labels it today. Then he draws a big, beautiful sun far away and labels it the future. He writes, if you always look at the sun in the distance, you will trip over the stones at your feet. Most people spend their whole lives waiting to live. They think that today is just a problem they have to solve so they can get to a better tomorrow. But here is the big secret. Tomorrow never comes. When it arrives, it is called today. If you cannot find a way to be happy right now, in this very moment, you will not be happy when you reach your goal either. Think about a mountain climber. If the climber only cares about the very top of the mountain, they will spend 10 hours suffering and only 10 minutes being happy. That is not a good way to live. A wise climber finds joy in the way the air feels. They find joy in the sound of their boots on the rocks. They find joy in the little flowers growing in the cold. The old man writes, success is a journey, not a destination. You must learn to love the work. You must learn to love the struggle. The struggle is where you get strong. The struggle is where you find out who you really are. He remembers when he was younger, always rushing. He was always looking at his watch. He was always thinking about the next thing. He missed so many beautiful sunsets because he was busy worrying about the next day's work. He missed so many laughs with his children because his mind was still at the office. He tells you, slow down, look around you. There is magic in a simple cup of tea. There is magic in the way the rain smells on the grass. There is magic in the fact that you can breathe and think and feel. Do not let your big goals blind you to the small miracles of your life. The old man writes a very special sentence: be grateful for what you have while you work for what you want. Gratitude is like a secret shield. It protects you from being jealous. It protects you from being greedy. When you are grateful, you realize that you are already rich. You have eyes that see. You have a heart that feels. You have the chance to try again. That is more than enough. If you can be happy today, while you are still climbing, then you have already won the game of life. No one can take that away from you. The candle on the old man's table flickers one last time and then it goes out. The room is now filled with the soft, gray light of dawn. He feels a deep sense of peace. He has shared everything he knows, but he has one final page left. It is a page with no rules. It is a page with no warnings. It is a final call to action. It is the moment where he hands the pen over to you. Do you know what the last sentence of the letter says? Do you know the final question the old man has for you before he says goodbye? It is the question that will determine what you do the moment this video ends. The room is now bright with the morning sun. The old man looks down at the 10 pages he has written. He feels tired, but his heart is full of hope. He knows that these words are not just ink on paper, they are a map for a soul. He writes the final words very slowly and very clearly. He says, "My dear friend, the letter is almost finished. I have told you about the ghost of someday. I have warned you about the wall of fear and the energy thief. We talked about finding your fountains and building your unstoppable engine of consistency. We found your compass. But now I must tell you the most important thing of all." He leaves a large space on the paper. Then he writes, "Knowing these things is not enough. Reading these words is not enough. Even believing these words is not enough. The world does not reward you for what you know. The world only rewards you for what you do. There are millions of people who have great ideas. There are millions of people who want to be successful, but most of them will never start. They will put this letter in a drawer, say, 'That was nice,' and then they will go back to their old habits. They will go back to sleep." Old man leans forward, his eyes burning with a gentle fire. He writes, "I am you many years from now. I am the voice of your future. I am the one who knows how much potential you have hiding inside of you. I see the greatness you are afraid to show. I see the strength you have not used yet. Please, do not make me wait until I am 80 years old to see you shine. Do not make me sit in this chair with a heart full of what-ifs. I am begging you to start today, not tomorrow, not next week, today." He stops writing and places the pen on the table. He takes the letter and folds it neatly. He imagines himself reaching through time and space just to hand this letter to you. He says, "From this moment on, the story is no longer mine. It is yours. You are the author of your life. You are the one holding the pen. Every choice you make today is a sentence in your book. Every action you take is a new chapter. What will the next page say? Will it be a story of courage, or will it be another blank page of waiting?" The old man stands up and walks to the window. He looks at the world waking up. He sees the birds starting to fly and the flowers opening to the sun. He knows that life is a beautiful, precious, and very short gift. He turns back to you one last time and whispers, "The door is open. The path is ready. Your compass is pointing north. The only thing missing is your first step. I believe in you. I have always believed in you. Now it is time for you to believe in yourself." He smiles and slowly his image begins to fade into the bright morning light. The quiet room is gone. The wooden chair is gone. Now it is just you. You are sitting here right now with a choice to make. You have the secrets. You have the map. You have the power. The ghost of someday is trying to pull you back to sleep, but your future self is calling you to wake up. So let me ask you the final question, the question that changes everything. Are you ready to stop dreaming and start living? Are you ready to pick up your pen and write the best chapter of your life? The clock is ticking, the world is waiting, and most importantly, you are waiting for you. Go out there and make yourself proud. The journey begins with a single tiny 2-minute step. Take it right now.